I mean, if you don't have an economy, if you don't have energy, I'm a believer in climate change. We need renewables, but we have to do the transition. And LNG is a very clean energy, and Canada has some of the actual cleanest of the LNG that's there. If you don't believe that, look at the United States. They are the single largest FDI importer of any country in the world. Time costs money. If it's a year late, that can destroy the economics in a project.
Welcome back, Dominic.
Great to see you.
For those who don't know who you are, even though maybe they should, can you just introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Dominic Barton, and I'm the chairman of Rio Tinto, involved in a number of other things, but that's my main focus.
All right. Well, we're very glad to have you involved with Energy for a Secure Future. I wanted to start off with your reflections on the very exciting new reality in Canada that we are finally exporting LNG internationally with LNG Canada. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, I'm just very excited. That's a big milestone. Be able to diversify our LNG exports. It's needed. We need diversification. It's wonderful. It's a big, big signal.
Mm-hmm. And when you're out in the world, is there still a need for Canadian LNG? Why has this been important, I think, internationally?
First of all, we're in this third energy transition in humanity. We went from, wood to coal. We've gone from coal to oil. We're now in the third transition, which is to renewables. But while we're doing the transition, we still need more energy. The energy demand is growing at least 2% a year, if not higher, and we'll continue to do that for the next 30 years. So we have this huge demand, especially from the global south, 4 billion new consumers coming into the system. So we need energy, and LNG is a very clean energy, and Canada has some of the actual cleanest of the LNG that's there. And we have some of the largest reserves in the world. I think we're 12th largest, but we also have the liquefaction capability that's, top notch. And so the world needs it. We have it. We've been primarily selling it south, which then, by the way, gets then reshipped to other parts of the world. But we need to be out in the world, not just in the United States, which is obviously an important market, but in Asia and in Europe. So it's a big milestone, and we need to be moving quickly because this isn't a forever opportunity. There's a window.
Absolutely. Are you encouraged by the new tone you're hearing in the Canadian conversation, and what more do you want to see for us to actually capture this window?
Yeah, I'm very excited about what I'm hearing. I think there's a real commitment to ensuring that we are a major global player on the LNG side. And I think that the Major Projects Office, for example, is a superb idea because we've got to be able to build the infrastructure to be able to make it happen. I'm also encouraged by the desire for more foreign direct investment to come in and supply it. And we have that. If you think about in Kitimat, the sort of partnership from the Asian side, if I think about wood fiber, LNG, that's a family out of Singapore that's putting in billions of dollars for that. It's a lot of capital, and we need that foreign direct investment. And there's a lot of appetite actually for investing in Canadian infrastructure. So I think on all fronts, I feel that, there's real support, there's commitment, there's a way to try and debottleneck what's happening. It's an open conversation. And I'm a believer in climate change. We need renewables, but we have to do the transition, and we have an important place to play in that as Canada.
When you travel internationally, do you hear from Asian countries or potential customers why it's important for them to have gas in order to integrate renewables?
Absolutely. It's part of this challenge of the huge increase in demand for energy. And we still are using a lot of coal in the world, especially in China and in India. So some of the largest population countries with this growing consumer class that needs energy, it's coal. And so there's a real desire. We need the LNG. It'll help us in being able to do that transition. Those countries want to have diversification. They don't want to just get it from one place. So there's a lot of appetite for our gas. The question is, they have is like, are you guys serious about this? Will you build things? Will you actually deliver it? We have to be able to ensure that we build the infrastructure to be able to make it happen, and we attract the capital and support the capital, not incentives, all of that sort of, but more just, we deeply appreciate it. How do we make it easier for you to be able to invest? And one of the biggest drivers, and I say this in being the chair of a large mining company, time costs money. If it's a year late, that can destroy the economics in a project. And these projects can take, it takes 16 years to build. It's just not acceptable. It's not. And we have to figure out a way to do it properly, environmentally properly, with the social license, with the First Nations and so forth. But if it gets to be too long, it just doesn't make sense. It won't happen. The other factor that is new, given our relationship with the United States and where the trade is, this also diversifies our economy. So it's so important on many dimensions, but speed matters. We've got to move quickly.
I want to talk just a little bit more about the whole issue of attracting investment, because this is something Canada has actually been falling behind on significantly over the last decade. People might wonder, why is foreign investment so important for Canada? Can you speak about why we need foreign investors and not just our own money?
Yeah, foreign direct investment is an essential lever in driving growth in an economy. That's a fact. We need it. And if you don't believe that, look at the United States. They are the single largest FDI importer of any country in the world. The most powerful leading economy in the world needs foreign direct investment. So it's something that is important. But what we need to do is be able to look at how people are looking at the world. Some people are actually diversifying from the US. We are a natural place to do that. So we've got a lot of actually tailwinds on this. We've got the infrastructure need. We're a safe, reliable, secure country that's got a great sort of foundation and future. We're in the North American continent. We're natural. 25 years ago, there used to be Canadian equity desks in some of the major Asian sovereign wealth funds. That's disappeared. No one gives a crap because we're irrelevant on that side. But there's now interest. So let's leverage that and talk to those foreign direct. What is it that you look for with us? But by the way, they're going to be looking at timing. How long does it take for you guys to build? Can you build things? We talked about that the last time.
One of the things I hear when I travel is about energy security and its connection to security in terms of geopolitics. What do you hear about this, and how does Canadian energy and Canadian LNG play into that?
I think energy security and security writ large are intimately tied together. I mean, if you don't have an economy, if you don't have energy, and it's for everyone. That's why China worries about its diversification. We all want that. It's fundamental to your economy moving. And we're an energy powerhouse. We just haven't gone global with it in the way we could.
So if you had to give advice to the government or to kind of Canadians who all have to work together on this now, what's your top 3 things that you want to see Canada do next, now that we have the Major Projects Office?
Priority 1 is build faster. Priority 2 is attract the foreign direct investment. And that's related to the first point. We will attract it if we can actually do it quickly. And we need to support people bringing their capital, because it's billions of dollars to be able to do this. And then the third is, let's really build our relationships with these countries, obviously in Europe, but also in Asia, who need our energy. Let's have those linkages in Japan, South Korea, China, Southeast Asia. Let's really think about how Singapore can help us. What's our linkages into India? It's a real asset that we have. So those would be the 3 things.
All right. Well, those are excellent things. And so thank you so much for the conversation. And let's hope we all take your advice. We'll work on it.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do.